Hey guys, welcome back to my astrology channel. Today we're going to talk about Sun in Sagittarius in the ninth house in an Aries ascendant. So, to understand what Sun is going to do in Sagittarius in the ninth house, let's understand the characteristics of the Sun, who owns the ninth house, and also what is house 9. Okay, and of course, the aspects of the Sun. So, let's talk about the characteristics of the Sun. What is Sun? The Sun is fame, Sun is status, Sun is father, Sun is power, Sun is self-confidence, Sun is self-esteem, Sun is ego, Sun is self-expression, Sun is also your right eye, Sun is your soul. Okay, so when I say Sun is soul, when you see Sun placed in any house of your horoscope, usually you will see that that's where you find the most happiness, in where Sun is, where your soul finds the most contentment. That's where that Sun will show you that. So let's go and talk about house 9. So in this case, your soul's going to find happiness in house 9 or doing activities related to house 9. House 9 is a lot of things. First, house 9 is father. Like we talked about house 4 being the house of your mother, house 9 is going to be your father. Okay, house 9 is also your dharma. Dharma could be your religion, it could be what you consider to be dharma. Okay, in Mahabharata, Dharam Raj Yudhishthir. Yudhishthir was the oldest brother of the Pandavas. He was called Dharamraj. Dharamraj means he was always doing the righteous thing. He always followed the right path. So to me, dharma is righteousness, following the right path, always doing the right thing, no matter what, no matter who's watching, none of that. Always doing the right thing. So for some people, dharma could be always doing the right thing. For some people, dharma could be their religion, whatever religion they're following. Okay. Also, house 9 is spirituality. House 9 is foreign travel. You travel to distant places. House 9 is your higher studies, like PhD level studies. You know how house 2 was your growing up values from your family. House 5 is your knowledge, say from K through 12, then also the knowledge you brought in from your past lives. House 9 is your further education beyond the 12th grade. So your bachelor's, your master's, your PhD, and even the things that you just want to keep studying on your own. You know, perhaps you're just reading and reading and reading and reading. That's also your higher education. It's your knowledge. Okay. So you can see house 9 represents a lot of things in astrology. Now let's talk about number 9 that's sitting there, Sagittarius. That is the lord of house 9 in this particular scenario is going to be Jupiter. In Kalpurush Kundali, Jupiter owns house 9. So in this scenario, Jupiter is the owner of this home with the Sagittarius sign. So let's talk about the relationship between Jupiter and Sun. Are they friends? Yes, they're completely friends. So when Sun is sitting into its friend's house of Jupiter, it's so comfortable. It's very happy there. What's he going to do? Well, you're going to have great relationship with your father, more than likely. Your father could be very famous. Your father could be in politics. Your father could be, when I say famous, it could be famous in government. It could hold a high position. It could be famous in movies, artist, anything. So you could have a famous father or somebody like a father that's famous, that's related to you, that you consider father figure. Also, your teachers, it represents, house 9 also represents your teachers, the most important one, your teachers, your gurus, things like that. So you could have a famous guru, you could have a famous teacher if you have the Sun placement in your house 9 in Sagittarius. You could become famous via higher studies. You could become famous, confident, powerful in spirituality. Okay, so you can see, you can connect the dots there with Sun and Jupiter and house 9. You could be a famous guru. You could be a good instructor, ethical instructor, because Jupiter is ethics, integrity. Okay. Now, again, we don't want to talk about any aspects that are coming. You always want to look at aspects. If you have any malefic aspect falling on this house from Mars, from Saturn. Now, these things that I'm telling you may go down, and depending on how many aspects are being befallen on house 9, it could also go opposite. You may not have a good relationship with your father if you end up with a malefic aspect here. Okay. Say Saturn is aspecting. And also conjunctions. Say you've got Saturn conjuncted with other planets. You've got Sun conjuncted with Saturn in the same house. Now, Saturn is not friends with Sun, it's not friends with Jupiter. And when it's sitting in that same house, I mean, imagine you're sitting face to face, you're living face to face with somebody who's your major enemy in a house. You're not going to be happy. You're not going to be happy. So with all the effects that you're supposed to give, you may not be able to give. And in fact, you may give opposite effects also, depending on how uncomfortable you are in that house. Okay. So always remember, in all of my videos, whether I mention it or not, you have to remember the conjunctions. You have to remember the aspects that are coming onto the planet. So, okay. So I hope you understood that part. Now let's talk about the aspect that the sun is doing on house 3rd there. Okay. House 3rd, as I mentioned earlier in other videos, house 3rd is a house of hard work. It's a house of your younger siblings. It's a house of short travels. Okay. It's a house of media, communication, those kind of things. And it's owned by the sign 3, which is Gemini, which is Mercury. And Mercury is friend of Sun. So Sun, when aspecting house 3, when doing the drishti on house 3, as I always say, it's going to be friendly. So Sun is going to make this person maybe be famous in media, in communication, in movies, films, politics, all of that stuff, which I already mentioned. But the aspect on house 3 gives it more ways to be famous, powerful, confident, show off, those kind of things. Again, always watch your ego with the placement of Sun. Wherever it's placed and wherever it's aspecting, always watch your ego in that particular, especially in those 2 homes, because that could come about, especially if you have aspects like I just mentioned from malefic planets. So, all right, so let's talk about so your relationship with your younger siblings could be great because Sun is giving a good aspect. In fact, your younger siblings could also be famous because of that aspect too. So those are the things that generally happen when you've got Sun in the 9th house aspecting the 3rd house in an Aries ascendant. Remedies, as always, there really aren't remedies here unless you have malefics. And then, like I said, watch your ego is the best thing that I would say. And if your Sun is ever afflicted, praying to the Sun God definitely is going to be helpful for you. You wake up early in the morning, you pray to the Sun God to make your life better, and just do that, you know. All right, and we so I hope you like the video, but we do provide consultations, and our consultations are focused on how you can make your life better based on the charts, where the chart's telling you to work, where you're going to find happiness in your work, where you're going to find happiness in your relationships, things like that. We want to make you lead a happy life, and that's what our consultations are focused on. So reach out to us with the link in the video description and fill out the form, and we will reach back out to you with the next steps. And please share this video, like this video if you liked it, and share it with somebody who you think might find it helpful. You know, maybe they're going through things in their life, and this video that you share with them is going to help them. Maybe they'll watch what their sign is in a certain house in the video and see what they can do to fix their relationship or their life or their work. So please give it a thumbs up if you like this video, really encouraging, and leave me a great comment. Or if you have any questions, leave your questions there. I'll try my best to answer all questions. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you. Until next time.